Subhash Chandra Bose, January 23, 1897, August 18, 1945. Facts: Subhas Chandra Bose is one of the most eminent freedom fighters of India. Born in Cuttack, then in Bengal province, into an affluent family, educated in Calcutta, acquiring a degree in philosophy. Selected for the Indian Civil Services (ICS), but refused to take up service since he did not want to serve the British government. Bose joined the Indian National Congress in 1921. He also started a newspaper called Swaraj. He was the president of the All India Youth Congress and also the secretary of the Bengal State Congress. In 1924, he became the CEO of the Calcutta Municipal Corporation. In 1930, he became the mayor of Calcutta. Bose authored the book The Indian Struggle, which covers the Indian independence movement from 1920 to 1942. The book was banned by the British government. He coined the term "high hind." His charisma and powerful personality inspired many people into the freedom struggle and continues to inspire Indians. He was called Netaji. Role in Indian independence struggle: Bose was sent to prison in Mandalay for nationalist activities in 1925. He was released in 1927 and became the Include's General Secretary. He worked with Jawaharlal Nehru, and the two became the Congress Party's young leaders, gaining popularity among the people. He advocated complete Swaraj and was in favor of the use of force to gain it. He had differences with Gandhi, and he wasn't keen on nonviolence as a tool for independence. Bose stood for and was elected the party's president in 1939, but was forced to resign due to differences with Gandhi's supporters. Bose's ideology tilted towards socialism and leftist authoritarianism. He formed the All India Forward Bloc in 1939 as a faction within the Congress. At the start of the Second World War, Bose protested against the government for not consulting Indians before dragging them into the war. He was arrested when he organized protests in Calcutta for the removal of the monument memorializing the Black Hole of Calcutta. He was released after a few days but was kept under surveillance. He then made his escape from the country in 1941 to Germany via Afghanistan and the Soviet Union. He had previously traveled to Europe and met with Indian students and European political leaders. In Germany, he met with the Nazi leaders and hoped to stage an armed struggle against the British to gain independence. He hoped to befriend the Axis powers since they were against his enemy, the British. He founded the Indian Legion out of about 4,500 Indian soldiers who were in the British Army and had been taken prisoners by the Germans from North Africa. In 1943, he left Germany for Japan, disillusioned with German support for the time. Bose's arrival in Japan revived the Indian National Army, J, which had been formed earlier with Japanese help. At the time, where the Provisional Government of Free India was established as a government in exile with Bose as the head. Its headquarters was in Singapore. Vienna was its military. Bose motivated the troops with his fiery speeches. His famous quote is, "Give me blood, and I shall give you freedom." The I supported the Japanese army in its invasion of northeast India and also took control of the Andaman and Nicobar Islands. However, they were forced to retreat by the British forces. Death: Bose died of third-degree burns which he suffered in a plane crash in Taiwan on August 18, 1945. However, many in India refused to believe that he had died. Many inquiry committees were tasked with finding out what happened on that day. The Figgis Report 1946 and the Shaw Night Committee 1956 concluded that Bose died in a plane crash in Taiwan. The Khosla Commission 1970 also concurred with the previous reports. But the Mukherjee Commission 2005 said that Bose's death could not be proved. This report was rejected by the government.